Invasion has forced millions of Ukrainians to flee the country. Now a Vancouver family is scared, watching from thousands of miles away as they try to get their soon-to-be adoptive sons to safety here in the U.S. Fox 12's Drew Marine spoke with that mom-to-be who says the adoption process has all but come to a halt now. Drew?
That's right. Julie Yakimchuk says they started the process last year, and right as they were about to finish the process to bring 10-year-old Bohdan and his brother Max home to Vancouver, the attacks in Ukraine started. As attacks in Ukraine flash across the Yakimchuk's TV screen every day, they can't help but watch in horror.
And it's really devastating. It's basically brother against brother.
Not only because Julie herself is Russian and knows people in Ukraine, but especially because she and her husband Denis are hoping to adopt two brothers, 10-year-old Bohdan and 6-year-old Max from the east side of Ukraine.
It was a God thing. I just felt called to host. I just wanted to host, to dip my toes in the water, and I just got inspired and I went for it. And
the boys were at separate orphanages when the invasion began. Luckily, each of their orphanages escaped the violence in Ukraine, but are now in two different countries.
It's tragic, it's devastating, it's heartbreaking. Every time we talk in the phone, he's like, I still haven't talked to Max. I still haven't talked to Max. So it's really sad.
The Yakimchuks already hosted Bohdan in Vancouver, once in summer 2021 and another time for Christmas break. At the time, Max was too young to visit. She says they instantly fell in love with him.
He was just such a sweet kid. Anybody that got the privilege of knowing him just loved him. He's very lovable. He was so sweet to Esther, to see their relationship, even though they have the age difference. My daughter's 2, he was 9 at the time. But he just blended into our family so well, we just couldn't leave him.
They started the adoption process after Bohdan's first visit, but right as they were finalizing everything, Russia invaded Ukraine, all but halting their plans to expand their family. Now they just have to wait until they get the all clear from Ukraine to bring the boys home.
He goes, Mom, yesterday I broke down crying and I couldn't stop crying. I was like, oh, why did you cry? He says, well, because I miss you guys. And, you know, as a parent, it's just devastating because your hands are tied.
Julie says luckily senators like Amy Klobuchar have been responsive in their efforts to get Bohdan and Max visas to bring them here temporarily while the war rages on, then get them back home to Ukraine so they can finish up the adoption process properly. Live in studio, Drew Marine, Fox 12 Oregon.
What an